Hello guys, this is Roger69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, the comic I'm going to display is Ghost Rider issue number 16. And the cover is done by Saga. Now check out the cover. Awesome, huh? Check that out. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Stay. Okay, well, on this video I'm going to give you my thoughts for Superman issue number 7. What happened? Superboy's lost years. Check out this cover. I guess this is the last time that we're gonna see Superboy. Well, Little John being a Little John. Okay, the story. Actually, this is the first part of a new story arc. I thought this was a continuation of the last one, but it's not. In a way, it is, but seems like there are babies going to be divided by chapter, because this one is the first part of, what's the name of this story arc? The Unity Saga, the House of El, part 1. Okay, so this is the story when Superboy arrived to Earth, as we can see here, and we see him, well, a bit more older. The thing is that since the moment that he left with Lois Lane, that we know that Lois Lane already she arrived. Now I find something fun about this story so far is because they never actually explain how Lois Lane got home. Actually, well, it tells you here, but kind of like doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So anyway, we know that Lois Lane she came back already. And Superboy stayed behind with his grandfather. So he's explaining that after he left his grandfather, so he was searching his way back home. So on that search, he spent 7 years. That's why he got older. Now, whether this new Little John is going to become the new Superboy, and the Superboy Prime as we know is going to be erased, I don't know. I don't think so, because it doesn't make sense. If they do that, well, it will make sense in a way, but not to me. What are they going to do with Superboy Prime? So back to the story. So he's claiming that he got lost. He was lost in space. For 7 years, till finally he got home. So through all that traveling, well, 7 years has passed. Anyway, the thing is, they're going to Superman take his son to Lois Lane. Well, she find out a little bit surprised because, well, Lois Lane, she thought that she was going to have a party, but turned out to be like, no party tonight. So she was kind of like, and she was in shock and awe when she saw her son older. Now, another thing I noticed, Superboy, what I'm going to call it, Little John, he has a scar on his cheek, which the writer hasn't told us yet why, how, and when he got that scar. But I hope that eventually they will let us know. So anyway, so we see that they are reunited. So this is the moment when Superboy tells the story. Now remember a couple of issues back when Lois Lane and his son decide to go with his grandfather, Superman's father, to adventure in outer space. Remember that? Well, the story starts there. What happened to them while they were in outer space? So I like this story. So this is where they end up. Nice spaceship, huh? Check that out. I have to say that I love the artist. The art is great. Oops. Check that out. So they're in outer space while they are traveling. They've been attacked by the group of the Dominators of the Dominion. I know. So they get attacked between Superman's father and Little John. They fight him. They subdue all the guys. They save planet Earth because according to his grandfather, the spaceship's map or whatever readings, eventually they were on the route to go to planet Earth. So we were going to be invaded again. So I guess not this time. So Superboy finds this that is really fun, and then not only that, that we see Lois Lane dressed as Superwoman. Check that out. Now remember Superwoman from the New 52? Not the New 52, but more like Rebirth. Remember that before Rebirth, between Rebirth and the New 52, there were a bunch of comic books. Well, there's one small story arc, not story arc, but small series about Superwoman when Lois Lane she becomes Superwoman. Well, same thing. So we see Lois Lane dressed as Superwoman, and then from there they are right to a planet. The thing is that those people in the planet they recognize the crest on her chest, the S or the shield of the S. So her grandpa says, well, you must have, not her grandpa, but the people, they say, well, you are Kryptonian's wife, you must have the same power as him, so-called power. The thing is that the children of this town or this city, they've been kidnapped by a bunch of bad guys. And then not only that, they've been there, guess who they stumbled to? They stumbled to Lobo. I thought that a big fight was gonna break out. But no, I guess not. Check that out. This is not the Justin Bieber Lobo. This is the old school Lobo. Check that out. Only here. Yeah, because the logo of the New 52, oh, it looks like Justin Bieber. I don't know. I mean, no pun intended. But to me, he looks like Justin Bieber. Whatever that means. I know. I used to call it Justin Bieber logo. So we see there's no confrontation. Lobo walks away. People are pleading for their help to save their children from a bunch of people that they slave the children and they make it work to the bone. So Superman's fathers and John, they go there and they fight everybody and they save the kid. At that moment is when Lois Lane says, well, it's time for me to go home. So we see when the moment that Lois Lane, she jumps on the ship and she goes back home. And John is explaining, he says, at that moment when I saw mom leaving, that's the moment when I realized that it was at that moment I realized that it was the moment for me to go home too. The thing is that Superboy left his grandpa because he says grandpa is completely insane and we have to do something about it. And that was the end of the story. Now we have a new mystery. Now we have to find out what happened to Superman's father. Now I have to say, I admit that on the beginning of Bendy's Superman, it was a little bit slow, a little bit, I don't know, kind of like, it was good, but not out of place, kind of like how, excuse me, how I can explain it, kind of a little bit of strange storytelling. But on this one, I can feel now that finally, at least to me, on this specific issue, I can see that kind of like Bendy's got his footing on the character Superman. That's the thing about Superman. Even though that is the most simple character to write, is the most difficult character to write. Not because Superman be so powerful. So they limited for the writer to come up with good stories. Well, not everybody can write Superman, except for Dan Jurgens. To me, he's the best Superman writers that I like. I mean, there be some other writers. To me, Dan Jurgens, he's used to be a good writer. Anyway, so Bendis to me, he finally got his footing on the character. So I hope that once that I see that he got his footing, well, the storytelling will be get better and better and better. And I will give it, wow, I will give it 4 out of 5 because now we're gonna see what happened to Little John in outer space with his grandfather, why his grandfather become insane, and maybe we get to see what Superboy or John, Little John, saw or experienced on his 7 years journey to planet Earth. I hope that Bendis will make maybe 1 or 2 issues showing us what Superboy saw in outer space and also how he got his scar. Because it is a scar. I thought it was kind of like a mistake in error from the artist, but on every single panel, Superboy has the same scar. So, like I said, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. Tune in. Bye.